The latest bill to get these veterans recognition for their problems is stalled in Congress. Are connected, and one of their most vocal supporters in Congress will soon be leaving office. Donald Hayden is finding it hard to be optimistic.
I used to say I was lucky I was one of the healthiest ones out of the bunch.
This Army veteran blames that loss of faith on a growing list of health problems.
But as time goes on, things seem to be popping up.
Hayden is one of millions of soldiers who went through Fort McClellan, Alabama for part of their training. McClellan used to be home to the Army Chemical Corps and Chemical Biological Radiological Agency. And it was just north of a Monsanto plant that settled a lawsuit with the surrounding town for spewing toxic chemicals into the environment. Which is why Hayden and thousands more veterans think their strange joint issues, thyroid disorders, and cancers are linked to their time at McClellan.
I'm 49 now, so things should start coming up because of my age. But these things start happening in my early 30s. I was a young man.
They're fighting for the federal government to admit they were exposed through the Fort McClellan Registry Act. Introduced in Congress June 2, 2015, the latest version of this bill stalled 3 days later in subcommittee, where it has not budged in more than a year.
It's always disappointing when you're working on something to move forward and you can't get it done.
Congressman Ribble is the only one of Wisconsin's 8 representatives supporting these veterans, and he is down to his final months in office. Though Ribble believes others will sign on as veterans work together and speak out.
More and more veterans are coming forward and talking about this, and I think as they continue to move, the Congress ultimately will respond.
The VA has given these veterans one rallying point, a website, though it repeatedly hedges and couches, citing potential exposure, may have been exposed, and there is no evidence of exposure. That's little comfort to veterans like Don Hayden.
Unless they say that we were exposed, it really didn't mean much.
We've got a responsibility to these veterans who served the finest among us here, to make sure that they're taken care of because of no fault of their own. They might be getting sick.
Getting sick or getting sicker. Unless something happens soon, Donald Hayden worries there may not be any ailing McClellan veterans left to help.
As time goes by, we're just dying off, and soon there'll be nothing left.
Congressman Ribble not seeking re-election this year. That will be one less voice in Congress for the veterans. Ribble says he plans to speak with his eventual successor to ensure support